I'm Cam Fuller.
And I'm Lagubari.
And
welcome back to Season 2 of the Rockbridge Soundboard.
Crazy to think that it's been an entire summer, and now we're in our junior year, but
Going strong.
Yeah, we're going strong, trying our best not to flunk out of all of our classes. But nonetheless, we're still listening to music. Yeah, and honestly, great summer for new and old music, just anything, to just reminisce over, or even just to come back to something new that you just really enjoy. So today we're going to go over some of our favorite albums from over the summer, just kind of hash out what we enjoyed, what we didn't.
Well, specifically covering our favorite album of the summer that we've listened to the most.
Yeah.
On repeat.
And
so I'll let Cam take it off.
Yeah, so kind of connecting back to my top 3 albums of the year that was just recently released. I had the new Blood Orange album, Freetown Sound. I had the new Car Seat Headrest album, Teens of Denial. And then I had the new Bad Bad Not Good album, 4. And of the 3 albums, I think my favorite would have to probably be the new Bad Bad Not Good album. I've always been a fan of jazz, mainly the contemporary stuff, but listening to that album over the summer was just so much fun, especially after in 2015 Kamasi Washington had one of the best jazz albums in probably the last few decades. And so to have another great jazz album come out right after that, which maybe wasn't quite the same scale, but was still just solid, just classic jazz mixed with some hip-hop elements. And for Bad Bad Not Good, maybe a little bit more poppy, but not at all a problem. Still a really, really good album. So what did you listen to over the summer?
So over the summer, I was introduced to Modest Mouse.
Nice.
And I know Cam doesn't agree with me, but I think their best album is Good News for People Who Love Bad News. It was just, I just played that on repeat in the car, at home. I even put a speaker in my bathroom and did it when I was in the shower.
Ooh, yeah.
It was great. Just, it has a very melancholy but powerful sound, and then his vocals just rough, just emotional.
Yeah. Very emotional. Probably one of the best mixes between not really emo, but hardcore singing and still kind of an emo angst to it. You know, he adds together that powerfulness that you get from those kinds of genres. So.
And it really pushes his music forward with just the emotion that he puts into his song. And you can tell that the band is really into the music.
Yeah,
and that's important to me.
Yeah, it sets it apart from maybe other acts from their area in Seattle, or not really Seattle, actually Olympia in Washington, but they're really just a band that took kind of that genre of indie rock music and made it into something completely different with the vocals, because that's really what separates them from everyone else. They have great backing tracks, but those vocals are really, and the lyrics just really set them apart from everyone else. So gosh, love them. Personally, favorite album, Lonesome Crowded West.
And I was introduced by Cam to that album, and I have to agree, it is a phenomenal album.
Both albums are incredible, so if you haven't listened to Modest Mouse,
you should.
Yeah, you're in the wrong.
Yeah. Really.
So, and just kind of rounding out, not an album that wasn't on my top 3, but looking back, I actually found it to be maybe the worst album of this entire year, and deservedly so. And that would have to be the new Corey Feldman album. I don't know if you know who this man is.
I'm not.
He was in a bunch of 80s movies back in the day, and for whatever reason, he's come back and he's started to make EDM dance records. And he had, if you haven't watched his performance on the Today Show, he essentially walks around the stage while a backing band of a bunch of blonde women in angel, the slutty angel outfits, play instruments, and he's singing and dabbing as he's singing, and it's the saddest thing in the world, because the man's just drugged out and he can't handle himself. But he's trying. I respect that he tried. He did try on this record. But it was definitely near the end of the summer. But one of the worst things I've ever seen. So
all right, so that's gonna be a wrap on our comeback season of the Rockbridge Soundboard. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll tune back in next week.
Yeah, well, if you have any comments or suggestions for maybe the next topic that we'll have, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And also, if you have any concerns or just want to talk to us about music or even want to be on an episode, be sure to email either of us using our accounts at Bearing News.
Yes.
So be sure to keep up at Bearing News. Check back for any Rockbridge news that you want to cover, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for coming.
All right.